Hello and welcome to Module 10 of the Concilium Aquisulis course on railway signalling. This module answers the question, what is a level crossing? It then describes level crossing protection, interlocking of level crossing telephones, and level crossing risk assessment. A level crossing is a location where a road, bridleway, or footpath crosses a railway line at the same level. Level crossings are used where it is unfeasible or disproportionately expensive to provide a grade separated crossing, a bridge, or tunnel. As level crossings entail the risk of collision with a road vehicle, animal, or pedestrian, they tend to be avoided on very high speed and busy railways. However, this risk can be mitigated through various level crossing protection measures. The most basic level crossings have no protection beyond signage to alert users to their presence. Safety depends entirely on the vigilance of train drivers, drivers of road vehicles, horse riders, and pedestrians. Typically, such level crossings are only found where speed and traffic frequencies are low. Additional warning may be provided by operational requirements for drivers of approaching trains to sound their horns or whistles. However, this can be a nuisance in residential areas. It may also be a source of confusion when several crossings are close together and it is unclear for which a train horn or whistle is being sounded. Alternatively, warning of approaching trains can be provided by fixed equipment at the level crossing. Road traffic signals and/or warning lights can instruct approaching road vehicles, horse riders, and pedestrians not to traverse the crossing. These may be accompanied by audible warnings from the crossing itself. A physical barrier may also be provided to road traffic when trains are approaching the crossing. The barrier is raised when no trains are approaching. Some crossings provide barriers across the whole carriageway, making it impossible to traverse the crossing without driving through a barrier. In the earliest control level crossings, a manually operated gate was provided instead of a barrier. Some level crossings operate independently of the signaling system. Protection is typically configured to activate a short time before a train approaches and deactivate once it has passed. Activation of protection may be triggered when a train passes a specific location. Alternatively, to provide more consistent warning times, activation may also take account of the speed of approaching trains. Special controls are required where trains regularly stop at signals or stations on the approach to level crossings to avoid activating protection prematurely. Some level crossings provide an indication to train drivers proving that protection equipment has operated successfully. The driver may also be required to visually confirm the crossing is clear of obstruction before traveling over it. Other level crossings are interlocked with signals such that trains are only authorized to proceed over them when they are proved closed to road traffic. Typically, these crossings have barriers or gates across the whole carriageway and need to close to road traffic for longer for each approaching train. As well as proving that protection equipment has operated successfully, interlocking may also prove that the crossing is clear of obstruction. This can be confirmed manually by a crossing keeper looking at the crossing directly, or via CCTV, or by an automated obstacle detector. Telephones are often provided at level crossings and serve several purposes. Drivers of slow-moving vehicles which take longer than normal to cross can inquire of the signaller whether there is potentially a train approaching. They can similarly inform the signaller about the movement and when it is completed so that no train is authorized to approach the crossing whilst it is in progress. Telephones can be used to alert the signaller about a vehicle stranded on the crossing. They may also be used by railway staff to communicate with the signaller in degraded operations when the crossing is under local control. Level crossing protection, interlocking, and telephones all cost money to install and maintain. To ensure resources are allocated appropriately, the level of protection is frequently determined through risk assessment. Level crossings with particularly high levels of risk can similarly be prioritized for closure, such as by replacing them with a bridge or tunnel. Assessment of level crossing risk takes account of several different factors: the frequency and speed of rail traffic, whether there are any points immediately beyond the crossing that could lead to a derailment should a train collide with a road vehicle, the frequency, type, and speed of road, bridleway, or pedestrian traffic, the vicinity of the crossing to especially vulnerable people such as school children, any history of misuse of the crossing. Alongside features of the crossing itself, risk can also be reduced in other ways. Publicity campaigns, alerting people to the dangers of level crossings, especially after significant local changes affecting a level crossing. Prosecution of level crossing misuse, such as traversing a crossing closed to road traffic. Diversion of traffic away from level crossings. In summary, a level crossing is a location where a road, bridleway, or footpath crosses a railway line at the same level. Various protection measures can be deployed at level crossings, including signage, requirement for drivers approaching trains to sound the horns or whistles, road traffic light signals, fixed audible warnings of approaching trains, barriers across all or part of the carriageway. Some level crossings are interlocked with signals, whilst others are not. The level of protection provided and whether a level crossing is permitted at all depends on site-specific risk assessment.